Hi everyone, it's Grant Abbott speaking. We're looking at doing an all-purposes loan agreement. There's two ways of getting to it. We can go down and have a look, and we can stick on the home. We go to basically our documents. In our documents, I could put loan in there, and that'll show up here. I've got an SMSF loan agreement, all-purposes loan agreement, Div 7A loan agreement, deed of loan forgiveness. This one is going to be an all-purposes loan agreement. So essentially, I'm going to start the document. There's no cost there for me. I have to choose a folder. So I'm going to use the Abbott test folder, and we're going to call it Smith SMSF loan. In fact, what we'll call it Smith Trust loan, mainly because there's a separate special purpose SMSF loan. Here's just an ordinary all-purposes loan agreement. And you find it's actually got quite a lot into it. So it's not just a basic loan agreement. It also includes a personal guarantee and a mortgage deed as well, which is crucial. So you can see I've put in there, we've got the Smith Trust loan, logo tag, we don't want that, we want to put our own one in. Use Abbott-Family if you want, with the AEM 001, if you want to give a bit of credence. So who's the lender? So we're going to do just go with the Smith Family Trust. We put in the who's the trustee. So I've got Smith nominees, Pty Limited already. Put out in our ACN, our registered office address, which may well be your business address. If you're an accountant, they may well have the registered office at your place. So Sydney, New South Wales 2000. Now from there I need to then put in the number of directors. So I've got 2 directors here. I press 2, I then confirm. So what are the names of the directors? We've got John Smith, and also got his wife, Sally Smith. So we've got the 2 full names of the directors there. We then need to put in the borrower. So who's the borrower? Let's say that it's a company. So it's Jones Pty Limited, and we've got the ACN there. We put in the street address as well. You'll find, because we've already put it in before, we can select it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that one there, and then that comes up with the name if it's the same registered office. Just watch out, we need to put in our state as well. 2+, in fact, we'll just do a sole director for this one. We'll call it John Smith. Okay, so I then go into the agreement details. So let's go back. We've got the Smith Family Trust, company, the trustees, Smith nominees, 2+ directors, John Smith and Sally Smith. The borrower is Jones Proprietary Limited, 5 Jones Street. In fact, what we'll do is, rather than Smith, we'll make it John Jones. That makes a bit more sense. So he's lending to his friend's business. Now, the agreement details, date of the agreement, if you don't leave it blank, but let's say it's going to be signed on Friday, it's going to be variable interest rate. Date of commencement of the loan, we'll also make it Friday. Where's the loan agreement? So this is New South Wales, so we might as well make it New South Wales. Principal loan amount, $250,000. We'll put in the term there, 10 years. What's the commencement interest rate? 2.05. Now repayments, interest only or principal and interest. In this one, we're going to do interest only for the year. I need to work out what my repayments are. So are they going to be monthly? Are they going to be quarterly? Or are they going to effectively be annually? So you just need to put in whatever you want there. So on $250,000 times 0.0205, so that's $5,125 annually. So we'll divide that by 4. So that's $1,280 per quarter. Per quarter. Now, it's important when you do this, do you want to have security? So I'm going to put in a personal guarantee That's from the borrower, which is going to be John Jones. Is the guarantor the same as the borrower? In fact, what I'll do is I'll go no, because I'll go yes. Is this the same as the borrower? No. So then I have to put in the guarantor, because in this instance, the guarantor is going to be John Jones. And again, we can select the address there. Oops, sorry, no, we won't. It comes up 5 Jones Street, Sydney, New South Wales, 2000. So notice how with the guarantor, it's not the company doing the guaranteeing, it's actually John Jones, which is pretty typical of what would happen with a bank. So we're trying to make it very commercial. Do we want to have a mortgage deed? Absolutely. Again, that will settle on the 22nd. Now, charge property, it's actually the lender and the borrower is a company. So if it's a company, what we'll do there is assets to be charged. So all business, fittings and fixtures of company Jones Pty Limited. So we're not, if they had real estate, you would put real estate in there, and then you'd have a mortgage deed, which can then be prepared. So we're going to go through, we're going to finish that. We'll have a quick look at what that looks like. So the system's just generating that template. You only put in all the administration stuff there that you pull from the client, or you download that. And remember, it can always be relaunched at any time by going into your vault. So we've got an all-purposes loan agreement between Smith Nominees as trustee for the trust, and Jones Proprietary Limited, which is the company. We then go into the disclaimer from LightYear Docs and also Abbott-Family. We've got the lender there, we've got the borrower. The lender will lend money to the borrower subject to terms on Schedule 1A. It's not a related party for the purpose of the SIS, otherwise you'd be using the SMSF loan agreement. I've got the loan of monies. The term is to be 10 years. The interest rate is variable to increase, and that's also in the schedule. Repayment, capitalisation of principal interest if they want, taking a charge over the borrower's property. So let's go down here. Obviously, there's quite a bit. It's a very strong, robust loan agreement. Again, you really need that from a perspective of legally doing it between two people. Even if it's between, I've used this one for my daughter. So you always want to have that, because it does make a big difference in family law. So the agreement is signed by the borrower, John Jones, Director, Secretary, and then we've got the lender there as well. Now the schedule, the terms, 250, remember we did that, 10 years, but it's repayable early with no penalty. Interest rate at 2% with a review each 30 June. Interest only, repayment 1280, and then the charge property, all fixtures and fittings. Now we've got the deed of personal guarantee between John Jones and the Smith. So he's covering the loan again. So we've got the lender, the guarantor, the borrower. So again, we want to make sure that we've got full security over this, just in case something happens. This is what typically a bank would do. And then we've got the mortgage deed between the parties there as well. So from one simple loan agreement, the beauty about the LightYear Docs, so you can see here the mortgagee, the mortgagor. The beauty about in fact, if we go up and have a look at the mortgage deed, you'll see the assets there. We've got $250,000 paid. We've got the interest rates there. We've got the property, etc. When we go up to the property, it's going to be all the business fittings and fixtures of Jones Proprietary Limited. So we want to put that in there. So you can see here, it's just a simple all-purposes loan agreement, but the beauty of the system is we've added mortgage deeds and also guarantees to it if you want to do that. Now, you don't have to, you can just say no, but really, for the purposes of being arm's length, you really need to do that. It's Grant Abbott, signing off.